Hey everyone, Amy here. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to those who are new subscribers. I wanted to have a chat today, you guys, about Kringle's Halloween release that is coming up later this week. They are set to release on, let's see, it's Friday, August 1st at midnight Eastern Central Time. So for me, I'm in Arizona. That would put it at July 31st at 9 p.m. So I'll be shopping July 31st at 9 p.m. So just make sure you check your times, because this is Kringle's moment of the year. This is what everybody waits for. It's their biggest release, and there are a lot of scents coming out this year. There are 8 returning and 12 new. And I have to be honest with you guys, I have not purchased from Kringle Halloween in the past. I've gotten one fragrance, and that was Skull and Sonnet last year. And it was just okay for me. It was a very perfumey fragrance. And I did burn through it, but it wouldn't have been a repurchase for me, or something that, say, I had been able to sniff in store that I would have purchased. So I just kind of wanted to chat about the new fragrances. I am an ambassador with Kringle. I was accepted into the ambassador program right after the release of the Halloween announcement, and the PR had already been sent out and everything. So I don't have any of the fragrances here to sniff. I'm strictly just going to be going off scent descriptions that I printed out, and then I will be posting a visual image and the scent note description somewhere up in the corners here, so you guys can see what the labels look like. But I just wanted to chat about what I'm interested in. I also want to get everybody's take, like those who have purchased from Kringle in the past. What do I need to get from the returning favorites, you guys? Because everything here is new to me. So I would love to hear some input down in the comments as to what is a must-have on the returning Halloween fragrances. Okay, so I am an ambassador. As I said, I don't have any PR or any candles, but if you are going to be shopping the Halloween drop coming up this week, my ambassador code is AMYBELOVEDJENSEN. I know it's a lot, it's a mouthful, it's long, but I will have it in the description box below. So if you choose to use that code for 15% off, you can just copy and paste it. I'll also put it here up on the screen. But yeah, I would appreciate if you want to use that code for a discount on all full price purchases, which will include the Halloween candles, which I believe retail for 30, I want to say 34. They're a little bit higher than the standard large jars, like sugared pumpkin here that's burning behind me. Because it is the Halloween release, they are also released in the black jars, and the labels are phenomenal. Also, another disclosure here, you guys, I am not a huge Halloween person. I do put up a little bit of Halloween decor for my son because he likes it, but it's really not my thing. I prefer more of fall type of decor through the month of October and most of November before I put up my Christmas. I don't like overly ghoulish, scary. I don't watch scary movies. Honestly, like I did watch, what was that? It with the clown, and I laughed through the whole thing. I just find it, silly. I don't know. I know a lot of people are really into that, and if that's your thing, I don't mean any offense in any way. It's just not for me. But anyways, there are a few fragrances that I really am interested in. I think I'm gonna purchase maybe 3 or 4. That's kind of what I have set for my budget to purchase this week at the drop. Flynn, say hi to everybody. He's gonna be hanging out with us, you guys. He's very interested in what's happening here today. So you'll see him wandering around and probably bugging me half the time. He's my little bud. So yeah, so I just kind of wanted to talk through them. I thought maybe we could start with the returning candles. So first up is Black Cat. That has top notes of spicy cinnamon, mid notes of clove, and then base notes of cedar and frankincense. So this one does sound good to me. I love clove. I love cinnamon. I love frankincense and cedar. I love all of these scent notes. So this is one I do have like a little asterisk next to consider, but would love to hear from you guys what you love about it, what you didn't love about it, if it's one that you're gonna be getting, or if you think it's one that I could pass on and maybe spend my money elsewhere. So that is Black Cat. I will put, like I said before, pictures up here so you guys can see the cool labels on that one. I know that one has like, just kind of like a black label with some eyes. So that looks kind of cool. That is one that I would not be removing the label from or turning it around. Next up is Poison Apple. So this has top notes of apple and bergamot, mid notes of apple, I'm assuming blossom, lily of the valley and jasmine, and base notes of amber, vanilla, and wood. This one sounds nice for an apple candle. I don't have this on my list to purchase because I have so many apple forward candles already. And yeah, it's just, you know, I have so many. Like if it was something a little more different or unique, I might consider it because it doesn't sound bad at all. It actually sounds really nice. And there's obviously a reason these are all coming back. But I do think I'm gonna personally pass on this one. This one does have a really cool label, it looks like. All right, and then next is Candy Corn. I think that this is probably a pretty popular one and a fragrance that a lot of people are planning on purchasing. So this has top notes of rich caramel and golden honey, mid notes of sweet praline, nutmeg, and cinnamon, and base notes of creamy vanilla and toasted almond. This one sounds fantastic, just from the scent notes. Here's my problem though. I don't love the smell of candy corn and I don't love the taste of candy corn. So you guys have to let me know, does this smell like an authentic candy corn, or am I going to be able to smell some of the honey and the almond, or is this just straight up candy corn? I also love praline. Like I'm really into praline lately, more than pistachio. I have ordered like 3 or 4 candles recently that are praline candles, and I want to do like a little burn series on praline. Maybe do a little contest and see which company has the best praline candle. So that's candy corn. That's a maybe. You guys weigh in and let me know. As you know, I'm not a super gourmand candy person, especially in October. I'm tending to burn more like smoky, incensey, you know, obviously some of those fall fruit notes like apple and cranberry and pear. I love a pear candle in the fall. So I don't know. I just don't know that this one is different enough for me to consider. Okay, and then next up is Haunted Hollows. This has top notes of wood smoke, fir, mid notes of herbal and apple, and then base notes of patchouli and musk. So this one is really interesting to me, and this one is definitely one that I'm curious and considering purchasing because of the wood smoke and fir. Those are definitely sound really good for me. Also like the addition of some apple in it just to give it maybe a touch of sweetness and freshness, and then patchouli, musk. I love patchouli, especially if it's a more sophisticated patchouli and not such a dirty hippie patchouli. So let me know, you guys, is this a good patchouli? Is this a gross patchouli? So I am curious and interested in Haunted Hollows. All right, next returning is Nevermore. Top notes of chai spice and honey, mid notes of sandalwood and tea, and then base notes of cinnamon floral. This sounds fantastic. This sounds like a spiced tea and honey fragrance with sandalwood and cinnamon. This is definitely one I think I may be grabbing. This sounds different and unique, fallish, but not, you know, not just your regular basic run-of-the-mill fall. So this sounds really good. I'm really interested in this one, you guys. Sleepy Hollow. So this has top notes of pumpkin spice and incense, mid notes of cedarwood and clove, and base notes of caramel and citrus. This sounds nice, obviously, because of the pumpkin spice and cedarwood and clove. However, there is one of the new fragrances that is more pumpkin forward that I think I'm going to prefer. So I think I'm going to pass on Sleepy Hollow just because there is another pumpkin candle I want from the new batch. Let's see, then we have Witch's Cauldron, which is top of cedar and clove, mid of incense, and base of citrus. So I know that this is a very popular, consistently returning fragrance each Halloween. It doesn't sound super complex to me, which might make it, you know, make it the reason why it's so good, because it's just got, sounds spicy, incensey with a little bit of citrus. The label on this one is kind of cool. I would probably keep this one in terms of the label. So let me know, you guys, is that one I should definitely grab? And then the last one that's returning is Wolf's Bane. And top notes of floral, mid notes of amber, base notes of powder. I will be passing on this one. I've been watching a lot of reviews. Let's see, Queen of Girl Geeks, Katie from Katie's Joyful Life, Melanie, Mr. Kong's mom, Philly Candleman. I've been watching all of their, you know, reviews and information on Kringle Halloween, and they all say that this is a very powdery fragrance. I'm not interested in having a powdery fragrance for the Halloween time, so that's an easy pass for me on Wolf's Bane. All right, now moving on to the new ones, you guys. We've got a big list here to go through. This is in no particular order. Maybe it is, I think I did arrange them in alphabetical order by name. So first up is Abduction. So this has top notes of citrus and greens, mid notes of herbal and wood, and base notes of moss and spiced resin. This has a cool label with the, it's slightly iridescent, it looks like, from the images I've seen, with a spaceship coming down in the forest. To me, I'm gonna pass on this one. I feel like I've been getting a lot of green type fragrances of late, and I just don't want another outdoorsy green herbal moss fragrance right now. So this one's just not appealing to me at all. I have watched a few reviews, and even though the reviewers say they enjoyed it, they did say it was slightly weak and more in the green family. So I will be passing on Abduction personally. Next up is Bloody Mary, which is, you guys, that is so scary. Like, I can remember my friends wanting to do the whole Bloody Mary thing when I was a kid, and I was like, no, thank you. Not for me. I always tend to play it safe when I was younger, and was not interested in any of those scary games. Okay, so top notes in Bloody Mary are absinthe, spooky saffron, and eucalyptus. Mid notes of anise, black currant, basil, and blackberry. And base notes of fennel, dark musk, tonka bean, and amber. This is not one on my radar. It has some very interesting notes in it with the black currant and the blackberry. It's got some basil in it. But I think a lot of people are saying that this one is very, very abstract, very conceptual in nature. I'm not, that the fennel scares me. Fennel is a strange fragrance to have in a candle. I don't know that I've ever had a candle with fennel in it. I love amber, obviously. I do like saffron, but the absinthe, anise, yeah, some of these notes, it just isn't calling my name, and I don't like the label with the Bloody Mary on it. So I will not be purchasing Bloody Mary. Cabin in the Woods. So this has top notes of golden saffron, mid notes of rose and black truffle and crocus flower, and base notes of patchouli, vanilla, agar wood, and oak moss. So this is slightly on my radar. I like rose fragrances. I am not afraid of florals. If you guys have watched my channel at all, you know I actually really enjoy floral fragrances. Not so much this time of year, but I'm not opposed to it. So this is, this one I'm kind of curious about, and I do need to watch some reviews on Cabin in the Woods to see if it's something I should go for or not. This label, I think it just features like a cabin in, you know, empty cabin in the middle of the woods type of thing. But I have heard that this is not exactly what you think it would be in terms of fragrance. So this one I have a maybe next to. You know, maybe if there's any ambassadors out there watching that have gotten their nose in this, let me know what you think of Cabin in the Woods. Okay, the next one up, I am considering, highly considering getting this one. So this one is called Chest of Chaos. So this has top notes of warm spice and cypress, mid notes of peach and vanilla, and base notes of tonka bean, armoire, and patchouli. So I have heard good things about Chest of Chaos. I love the addition of peach in this fragrance, and tonka bean and vanilla and warm spices. Everything about it sounds fantastic. Armoire, I am not exactly sure what that is. I think I heard, or I looked it up, I don't remember which it was, but it's like a, maybe a slightly herbal type of note. Again, there's patchouli in this one, which I don't hate. That's not a definite no for me by any means. So I am considering grabbing this one. I do think that the label on this one, it has some ghosts coming out of a chest. It's not horribly scary, you know, it's one that I would probably consider keeping and not having to turn around. It's not particularly like ghoulish or bloody in any way. So yeah, Chest of Chaos, I think I will be grabbing. Next up is Conjuring. So top notes of cade and cedar and wormwood, mid notes of violet and herbal, and base notes of anise and spice. This one is not on my radar. I don't like the label on this one. Just something about it really does not sit well with me. And I won't go into details as to why, but I just don't like the label on this one at all. I don't like anise. I have no idea what wormwood is, but I'm assuming it's just some sort of woody note. And yeah, it just sounds like a woody, herbal, spicy fragrance, which I think I may have plenty of. It sounds almost like it would lean cologne-like. So let me know, you guys, if this is a cologne fragrance. I'm not really into cologne fragrances so much. So yeah, I will be passing on Conjuring. Exorcism. I will tell you right now, I am passing on Exorcism. I don't like the label, I don't like the name, I don't like the notes. So top notes of bergamot and lemon and eucalyptus, mid notes of black tea, cucumber, and haunted rose, and base notes of cedarwood, beeswax, amber, and earthy musk. There's a lot going on in this candle. I am not a fan of cucumber fragrances, you guys. I don't like that scent note for, honestly, for home or for personal care. I don't love cucumber. Eucalyptus is hit or miss with me. It's not my favorite. And yeah, this one I think I will be passing on. So yeah, moving on to the next. Killer Clown. This is another very creepy label. I don't have like a fear of clowns like I know a lot of people did. Like I said, I went and saw it. I didn't find it scary. I found it hilarious. And I literally laughed through that whole movie. I thought it was the silliest thing I'd ever seen. I'm very much a realist, you guys, and I have a hard time watching movies that are so far-fetched and out of reality that I just don't enjoy them. I struggle a little bit with like fantasy type movies and scary movies. I'm such a realist. Yeah, so Killer Clown, top notes of ginger and apple and fanged fig, mid notes of purplish plum, anise, milky skin, and peach, base notes of warm honey, tonka bean, and dark vanilla. Honestly, this sounds fantastic in terms of note structure. I don't know what milky skin smells like, but I'm really interested in the top notes. You know, ginger and apple and fig sounds great. Plum, it's got plum and peach and warm honey and tonka bean and dark vanilla. All of those sound great. So yeah, this is kind of one that I am interested in. However, if I did purchase it, I would probably turn the label around or peel it off. But yeah, this one sounds good. I've heard other reviewers saying that they actually enjoyed it. They were burning it alongside Velvet Fig. It's not the same fragrance, but it's in the same fragrance family. So they were kind of burning those two at the same time. And I do have Velvet Fig, so that would be nice to have. So yeah, I might grab Killer Clown. All right, next up is London Fog. That has top notes of tonka and floral, mid notes of bergamot and saffron, and base notes of moss and amberwood. So I've been watching some reviews. This one I was interested in. I was assuming this might be like a tea type fragrance, but I've heard it is not. It's more like a perfumey fragrance. The label on this one, a little creepy, but not the worst in any case. It's the man in the cloak with the knife in his hand walking down like what looks like a London street. But I don't think I'm gonna get this one. I just don't want another perfumey, overly perfumey fragrance. And honestly, you guys, you can only burn so many candles in the month of October anyways. So I think I'm gonna pass on London Fog. The next one, Mummy Marshmallow. Okay, so this has top notes of cinnamon, clove bud, and marshmallow. Mid notes of earthy mosses, birch, and cedarwood, and base notes of musk, oak, and patchouli and vanilla bean. This one I will be grabbing. So this is going to be a purchase for me. I'm not expecting this to be fully sweet marshmallow. I do realize there is a lot of spice going on in here, earthy notes, cedar wood, patchouli, oak, musk. So I'm expecting this to be a very earthy but slightly sweet fragrance. Katie from Katie's Joyful Life said it slightly reminded her of vanilla, Palo Santo and vanilla from Bath & Body Works, which I love. I love anything that smells like Palo Santo. So I will be grabbing Mummy Marshmallow. The label on this one doesn't super creep me out. It's not too bad. So I will keep the label on Mummy Marshmallow, and I will be getting this as soon as the release happens. And then the next one up is Pumpkinhead. So this has top notes of spice and pumpkin, mid notes of orange, cinnamon, and base notes of clove and vanilla. And I will be getting Pumpkinhead. This is the pumpkin fragrance I am choosing over Sleepy Hollow. So I will be grabbing Pumpkinhead. It's got a very spooky pumpkin with the kind of knives for fingernails kind of situation. But it sounds like a fantastic pumpkin orange clove scent that everybody's raving about that has been able to burn through it. So I do believe that this one will probably sell out fairly quickly. So I am definitely grabbing Pumpkinhead and Mummy Marshmallow at release time because I want to get my hands on those too. Next up, Trickor Treat, and they have in parentheses new. So this is a fragrance name that comes back, but sometimes they reformulate the fragrance, the label, all of that. So this is Trickor Treat, new for this year. This has top notes of walnut liqueur, cocoa, and cocoa powder. I don't know if it's one and the same or if it's one walnut liqueur, cocoa powder. Mid notes of dark chocolate truffle and mocha latte and creamy fudge, and then base notes of vanilla cream, raw sugar crystal, and dark caramel. So this for me will be a pass. I don't do chocolate fragrances. I don't care for chocolate fragrances or candy, like Halloween candy type fragrances. They're just a little too cloying for me, and they kind of make me feel nauseous as they're burning. So Trickor Treat will be a pass for me. This label looks kind of cool. It has it looks like a child or somebody going up to a really creepy house looking to ring the bell and trick or treat. So yeah, this will be a pass for me. I will not be purchasing this one. But I do believe, you guys, that this is going to be a popular purchase. So if it is something you're wanting, I would grab it because there's only a couple of gourmands in this release, and those I believe will go first. Next is, or last, actually, I'm going to say this is last. This is Zombie Horde. So this has top notes of ripe apple, burnt smoke, and olibanum, mid notes of golden amber, sandalwood, and base notes of leather, incense, and musk. This sounds kind of interesting because of the apple and the smoke fragrance, but I don't know about the addition of leather and incense and musk at the base. I feel like that's going to give it a lot of darkness, lean very masculine. So this one is not on my radar. I don't think I've listened to any reviews so far yet on Zombie Horde. just because it hasn't piqued my interest. So I've kind of brushed that one off, honestly. And there's just so much, there's so many candles here released. And like I said, I'm not a huge collector. Like, I don't need to buy every single one just to have on my shelf. I really buy things that I feel like I'm gonna burn and enjoy. Yeah, so with it being Halloween and it not being my favorite holiday of the year, you guys will see me go ham and go wild during the holiday season. I love fall fragrances and I love Christmas fragrances. I love anything pine tree, cool outdoor air. Even I get more into gourmands during the month of November and December, and I'll burn cookie fragrances, and a lot of the gourmands I don't always burn year round. But yeah, you guys, I really wanted to just run through the releases on this since I am a new ambassador, and I just wanted to share like what is coming for the biggest Kringle release of the year. And please, you guys, share your thoughts, your comments. Please add comments below as to what you think I should get. You guys, I'm definitely set on Mummy Marshmallow, Pumpkin Head. Those are two definites. I'm up in the air on Chest of Chaos. And then I definitely want to get at least one of the returning ones, and I'm stuck between Witch's Cauldron, Nevermore, and Black Cat. So let me know what you think, you guys. Thanks for taking the time to listen in here. I know it's a little different since I don't actually have the scents in front of me, but I still thought it would be a worthwhile video to film for you all. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye-bye.